So yeah, let's get into the whiskey now, and this is going to be a segment that I am coining right now. A powerlifter tries his whiskey and picks his favorite. Do you want to have? I don't have any theme music for it, but that's what we're gonna do.
That's fine.
So, Ryan, I want you to give a little bit of background on your whiskey experience.
Nothing.
There is something.
So
There's gotta be something.
I mean, the typical. St. Patrick's Day, you got the Irish car bomb. So Jameson. Jameson. If I ever have to have a shot of whiskey, it's Jameson. That's probably everybody's go-to. But Jameson is my thing. I mean, I've tried whiskeys here and there, but it's just I can't tell you the names.
Yeah.
The best liquor in the world.
Don't look in the camera and say this.
Is Dr. McGillicuddy.
Oh, you just looked into the camera and said it. That's going to be my clip I post on TikTok.
So, Doctor, if you want to sponsor me, I would put your name all over my singlet.
Yes. Yeah, Doctor. And then imagine you just rip a nip right after you pull 1,000 pounds. That would be great pub for a doctor.
I couldn't see straight after I failed 820 for about a minute.
Really?
Yeah, I was seeing 3. I was like, I just need to
That's
catch.
the thing. When you failed 820, like, I know you noticed looking back on it, you could have gotten it.
It makes me mad. But
There's things that go on in your head. You're up on, everyone's watching you. It's your best. And you're like, holy shit, it's 820 pounds. So I'm not saying like it would have been easy for you to get it, but the way it went up just like 800 pounds did. It looks like you literally just stopped right above your knees.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm sure it's more to that, but that's what it looked like outsider. And Seth told you the same thing.
Yeah, it'll get there. It'll be there when I try it again.
So we're gonna do some whiskey. But you have experience Fireball. I know you've done Fireball.
Oh yeah.
Jameson. I'm sure you've done JD in the past.
Oh yeah.
Jack and Coke.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, what's that's right, Rumplemans. That's
funny story about Rumplemans. I actually just told this. I think I told this on Bourbon with Friends the other day. When you and I don't remember if we were out for my 21st or we were just out for a birthday or an occasion or something. But you and I were at the hen, or we're at the hen.
Yeah, I was at the hen. Yeah,
or the Brazen Hen, and you're like, hey. Me and my cousin here, we want a shot at Doctor, and she goes, and they know us there, like they know us. And they go, sorry, we don't have Doctor. And we have Rumplemans. And I'm like kind of listening, kind of not listening. And I just remember you go, like, what's Rumplemans? I don't know. They say it's very similar to Doctor, peppermint schnapps.
Right.
And you were like, all right, we'll just do 2 shots of that. And me and you were like, all right, let's do it. And we literally just went... 100 proof peppermint schnapps is not the same as 70 proof Dr.
We swallowed it, but there was a swallow and then a...
Yeah, no. I think I can't shoot. I can't do shots.
Yeah, I hear you.
My gag reflex won't let me. But you do have experience with whiskey, and then I know you listen to the podcast occasionally, so I'm sure you've heard me say different things, and and whether it's here or Bourbon with Friends. But basically, what I did is I picked 4 whiskeys. For you, I picked 4 whiskeys that I thought you would like, and that would show us your palate in its full range.
Okay.
So I think the best thing to do is we'll have you start with one. Every sample is numbered in their Glencairns, so I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll sip it, give it a second. You don't need to shoot the whole thing. You can if you want, but you have your water. Sip your water after. And then we'll let it air out. We'll talk about it for a second, and then we'll go on to number 2, 3, 4, and then if you need to go back and taste them. And this is going to be very.
I'm going to embarrass myself.
No, I'm not looking for like detail. Like you don't have to sound good. This is literally a whiskey noob trying whiskeys, and we're going to see what you like. Is the chair against the wall? I can hear it. No, you're good. So we'll start with number 1. It should be top left.
It's the bottom left.
It is bottom left?
Yeah.
All right. So I want you to tell me what you smell, if anything. And again, don't be afraid to be wrong. There's no wrong answers, honestly.
So before we get into this, what typically do you smell in a whiskey?
So I don't want to give anything away, but there are several aromas you'll smell or taste based on the region that it's from. I would not recommend sticking your whole sniffer in there.
Well, I'm trying to smell it. I just can't. All I smell it. So with my palate, I literally just smell whiskey. That's why it's.
So I want you just to try your best to look past it. Try what I would do is when give it a little swirly poo, and then open your mouth a little bit when you smell because it'll allow the vapors to pass through your sinuses. So just like if you had to, first thing that comes to mind besides whiskey is the best way to do this.
Number one is kind of smoky.
All right, make sure you go to the mic a little bit.
Number one is kind of smoky.
All right, so a little smoky.
It's got a kind of like a sweeter.
Nice. So what would you equate the sweetness to?
Doctor.
Okay.
No, so. Oh man, I can see the candy, but I can't.
Yeah, you're taking deep sniffs.
It smells sweet and smoky.
That would have been a great Life in the Basement episode.
Deep sniffs. That's going to be the name of this episode. Deep sniffs. Okay. So I like sweet, and smoky's a good one. So take a sip of it. What do you think? I just want to I want to blast these out, so just give a quick.
Kind of spicy.
Spicy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
That's smoky. I like the smoke, but I do not taste the sweetness.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. What would you say you do taste, if anything? Just the smokiness? That's it?
Yeah. It kind of has like a red hot burn.
All right. Interesting. Okay, go with number 2 now. Take a little sip of water. You got to cleanse the palate. Take a little sip of water. And Kale and I know what these whiskeys are. I specifically picked these out because I want to know what you prefer.
So for a hint, how off was I on number 1?
I'm not. Well, I'll tell you at the end. So I just want to make sure you're doing number 2 next, right? Number 2?
Yes.
Okay, good. So tell me what you smell. So just a quick. How is it different from number 1? Let's put it that way.
It's not sweet.
Okay, not sweet. Remember talking to the mic.
It's not sweet like the first one. You know what this smells like?
What?
Whiskey.
I thought you were gonna say something good.
No, that's
anything. I mean, grains, candy, floral.
I kind of got a Twizzler smell in there.
Oh, okay. So like kind of like a darker cherry type of note.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. A little dark cherry Twizzler action, so a little sweetness, but underlying dark cherry.
Sort of, yeah. Because you know how like Twizzlers aren't really that sweet.
Yeah, they're not sweet, but they're still candy.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Take a sip if you want. You take your time. You do what you want. I'm having so much fun right now.
Ooh, that is a thicker taste than number 1. Number 1 was way more.
So you're talking about viscousness.
Yeah, so number 1 was like water. This one kind of was like a thicker, like.
Okay.
Thicker.
Viscosity.
Yeah, that's the word I meant to say. Thank you, producer Kale.
What is viscosity?
All right, get out.
Oh.
What?
That has an afterburn, like
there you go. I like that. So it got a little bit of a what some might call
yeah.
a
So
Kentucky
like
hug.
so like the thickness coated my mouth, and then it was all of a sudden, oh wait, you can have this.
Okay.
Butt in really quick and say I fully expected that on number 2.
Okay, producer Kale saying he fully expected Ryan to have that answer. So that's cool. All right, I enjoy that. I'm very curious for number 3. I would love to know exactly what you think about this. This is going to be interesting to me.
Oh. Whoa, that is way different.
Okay, how is it different? And again,
sour.
Again, talking to the mic.
That's way different. It's it smells sour.
Sour.
Almost, yeah.
So like, how would you equate the sour? Just like
kind of like a. You ever had a whiskey sour?
Okay, so are you talking like the sweetness from a whiskey sour?
The sour is the sour like. You know how you take a whiskey sour and you could taste the sour? That's what I'm smelling.
Okay, I kind of follow you.
No, it's definitely different from these two.
Okay, so you
From
think,
from an absolute noob.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is why it's interesting. And people, I will put in the show notes below what the whiskeys are, but you don't know what the whiskeys are. Only Kale and I do at this point. Producer Kale.
Are you going to tell me what they are?
Yes, I am at the end. We should have kept.
Yeah,
the bottles
that. What?
I said we should have kept the bottles out so I could show you, but I'll just grab them from behind me one at a time.
Yeah, that has a way different smell than those two. Okay. These two are 1 and 2 are very similar. Number 3 is just way different. I don't know.
Put one note on how it's different besides sour. And talking to the mic.
He kind of has it.
Anything that comes to mind. There's no wrong answers.
It kind of smells rancid.
Okay, that's not good pub. Sorry, unnamed whiskey brands, but that's okay. That's okay. I understand what you're trying to say. It has more of like a. I think what you're trying to get at is a earthy note.
Yes. Yeah.
I think you're thinking of like dirt.
Yeah, like mud.
Mud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So take a sip of it. Tell me what you think.
Like, you remember eating mud as a kid?
Yeah, mud pies, bro.
Yeah.
I love mud. I'm curious what you think of the palate on this. Similar or different from the nose?
Similar.
Okay. So you have that earthiness to it on the nose or on the palate. Yep. I mean, if you're pulling it like that, it must be pretty smooth. Take your time. There's no rush. I will fill in the dead space. You do not have to rush here.
That tastes like wet wood on a campfire.
I love that. Love that. Okay.
That tastes like wet wood on a campfire.
Very
like, you know
good.
how you burn wet
Yes.
wood and it just kind of has that smell, like a deep earth smell. That's.
I love that. Great. That's the best one you've done so far. That's a very good tasting note. I'm not going to say whether that's normal or not.
I think we should add the stuff I didn't drink together in one shot, and I just take it all.
At the end, you can do that.
Cool.
Go with number 4 now. Yep. Do a little bit. So this is interesting. So if you're following along and you are looking below at the show notes, again, this is a power lifter. He's a big, dumb meathead drinking whiskey for the first time. And you'll know with number 3 why I am impressed with what Ryan just said. Look down in the show notes if you are not sure what the whiskeys are. That was number 3. We're on number 4 now. And I'm curious to see what you think of number 4.
This is probably not a good note, but nail polish remover.
Oh, okay, so on alcohol, more of like a stronger alcohol smell to it. All right. Makes sense. Anything past that strong alcohol, and again, that's not a bad thing.
It's like ammonia.
Okay, so we're going into like
No,
formaldehyde.
no. He's gonna Jeffrey Dahmer, mate.
Yeah. Meet ya.
Yeah. No, this is again way different from the first two, but definitely similar to number 3.
Okay. Whole sniffer's going in it.
You made me mess up, dude. So you open your mouth.
A little bit. So like watch me. So just falls asleep. Watch me. Ready? So I'm this being natural. Just and like I can get some notes from. I'm drinking Old Scout right now, bourbon.
Yeah, this one definitely has a more alcohol smell to it.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
A good. I mean,
do you prefer it or do you not prefer it?
It's definitely different from like what I've ever tried or
toast. Yeah.
tasted before. It's definitely different.
All right.
I'm not really getting hints of anything though. I'm just kind of smelling the alcohol.
Okay. Just try. I want you just to do your best. Just dive deep in there. Dive deep, not your sniffer. Just try to find. Sometimes you got to force yourself to find something, and you never know what it leads to. You just got to really try to connect it with something. Think of everything that you can smell. There's grains out there. There's candies out there. There's spiciness stuff out there. There's cooking spices. There's baking spices. There's floral arrangements. There's flowers. There's earth smells. There's cow manure. I hope it doesn't smell like cow manure. There's wood. There's
I'm
earth.
kind of getting like a Christmas tree. Maybe. No.
Again, the 4 whiskeys in question are numbered in the show notes, so I think you're onto something there. I think you're very much onto something there. And again, there's no right or wrong answers. I'm not saying.
Kind of smells like holly.
All right.
Like a Christmas holly.
Okay. So kind of like when I think of that, I think of kind of like a toned down Yankee Candle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get that. Cool. Take a sip of it.
That is very hot.
Okay. So you got a little bit of spice to it. A little bit of that old Kentucky hug, as we call it.
That went down the wrong pipe.
Yeah. I don't know why you just shot it. You definitely don't want to do that, but that's okay. You're a rookie.
Ooh, that's spicy. Like not like oh man, that burn's going all. It's like heat.
Yeah.
It just keeps building. I'm sweating.
Yeah. Well, you're always sweating, so that's no issue. But what kind of heat?
That one's tough. Like again, like a hot tamale.
Okay. So cinnamon.
Cinnamon, yeah.
Okay.
That one's tough. I didn't really. All I tasted was what I smelled. The alcohol, like the kind of like the.
Okay.
Like again, another like kind of like a Christmas tree type deal.
Right. I get that. So I want you to, if you got to sip the other 2, if you got to finish them, do what you got to do. I want you to rank the 4 overall, not just palate, not just nose, but everything considered. Which one are you reaching for first, second, third, fourth, and just name them out. Like you can even line up the papers as to what you think would be your choices.
So this is my number 1.
So that is what? What number?
Number 3.
Number 3? Okay.
Number 3 is my number 1.
All right.
My number 2 is number 1.
Okay. That does not surprise me at all.
3, 1,
4,
2,
and
number 4 is number 4.
All right. So I want you to, before I tell you what you just drank, and you can figure out what whiskey you should buy yourself after this, I want you to talk about a bit that experience of blind smelling and tasting whiskeys. What was easy about it? What was difficult about it?
Oh, dude, everything was difficult. I give you a lot of credit with getting the notes because like my nose is not seasoned. Literally this first one, I was like, yeah, it just smells like whiskey to me. Like I can't get that palate, but like listening to your shows,
yeah, you
get all these different things, and I'm like trying to close my eyes, not trying to sound like an idiot with like.
Well, it's not. Listen, it's not a lot of it. Again, there's no wrong answers. That's what people think. They try to read reviews and they try to say, oh, this is what it's supposed to taste like. There are things like I said. I think I said Russell's Reserve 13 tastes like coconut. I've never seen someone say it tastes like coconut, but that's the first thing I got. The whole key to tasting and smelling whiskey on on a serious level, not just drinking it to get drunk, is the first thing that you think of. There's
of course, they're 100 proof.
Muddy fruit. See, that's where my problem comes in because I need to start not drinking to get drunk.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other issue. You're alcoholic.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll start with number 4, your least favorite to your most favorite.
Yep.
So what I did for you, Ryan, is I gave you 4 different types of whiskey. I gave you a Scotch, an Irish, a bourbon, and a rye.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I wanted you to go all around the world and figure out exactly what you liked. Now I have limited, inventory of some of the categories of some of the categories.
Oh, okay.
But I will tell you exactly what you chose and what you didn't chose. No, I don't want producer Kale.
No, just my hand.
No, they okay.
Just the hand.
So producer Kale's gonna grab your number 4 for you. It was a top shelfer. Colonel EH Taylor Rye whiskey, which is priced. I got that for a modest.
I remember you bought this and you brought it to Seth's. Oh no, that was the green one.
That was the small batch.
Oh, okay.
This is a 100 proof rye whiskey. It is I bought this for $80. It goes for anywhere from $80 to $200. It is a coveted rye whiskey made.
Places get that money if they sell it for $200?
They keep it. They keep it. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is like people will actually buy that for $200.
Yes.
Wow.
100%.
That's crazy.
This is made by Buffalo Trace. It's bottled in bond, meaning that it's 4 years old. It's aged in a federally bonded warehouse. It's a rye whiskey, so that means it's at least 51% rye. I don't remember the exact mash bill, but this is what you like the least. Now, what I liked about this is you said you got holly. Rye to me is a perfect fall whiskey because it brings out a lot of spicy notes. Rye is a very spicy grain.
That is spicy.
So a spiciness and even like sometimes you know how mint is spicy, it's sharp.
Yeah.
That's what I correlated what you were trying to get with. So that I was impressed. This was the one that this and another one is the one that most impressed me. So that was your number 4 was Colonel EH Taylor Rye whiskey. Your number 3. What number was it?
I went
3. Yeah.
No. Number 3 is my favorite.
Or no, sorry.
Number.
It's 2. Number 2 is my third.
Which? Yes. Behind Eagle Rare.
Number 2 is one of my favorites. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond Bourbon. So this is Evan Williams again, another Bottled and Bond 100 proof. This goes for I think $15. So this is a cheapo. But it's like one of the best cheapos.
Okay.
So I think with more time drinking this, you'd appreciate it. I'd recommend buying a bottle and just sipping on it because this is a good sipping one. It's 100 proof, so it's gonna be a little hot.
You want to finish one in the night?
Dude, I could finish that myself in an hour. That's nothing for me.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a bottle and bond. I've done this on the podcast. I love this. I don't think I've done Colonel Rye yet. Have I, producer Kill? I don't think I have.
I mean, you have done a Colonel, but it's not like you said. It was at Seth. Oh no, you didn't do that. You didn't do Seth.
No, me and you did small batches. So it was
Yeah. Me and Kale did.
I didn't mean to say you didn't do Seth.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah.
The whiskey's getting to me.
Yeah, it is. But no, that's okay. That gets to all of us. But this was your number 3. So just for reference, you had 2 American whiskeys as your bottom 2.
Huh.
Rye and Evan Williams bourbon. Evan Williams they're both Kentucky rye and a Kentucky bourbon.
All right.
So with your second favorite,
Number 1
was number 1.
Hold this.
Bushmills.
The old Protestant whiskey. So everyone's gonna kill you. The old Bushmills, 16 year. This goes for about $150. So not very affordable. This was given to me. I've had this forever. Oldest distillery in Ireland, 16 years old. You said this was an easy drinker. So this is a very smooth whiskey. The Irish whiskey is very malty. It's very sweet, which you said you got was like your first thing you said. Smoky, which was the second thing you said. I understand that because there is a different coming from a copper pot still. It does bring out, from what I tell, this is personal preference, a bit of a smokiness. So
I can't believe I chose an orange whiskey as my second favorite.
Yep, the Bushmill. But this is again single malt, so it's 100% malted barley, which is again probably where you're getting a little bit of the smokiness from. This is mostly like a green apple bomb to me. It's very good. I've done this on the podcast as well. It's the oldest licensed distillery in Ireland. So that was your number 2, Bushmill 16 year, and your number 1 came from the home country. Johnnie Walker Black was your favorite whiskey out of the 4. Now this is a fantastic blended Scotch.
I love it. That's Scotch?
This is Scotch.
So I like Scotch.
So you like blended Scotch, which
Okay.
I can help you with. I can get you some because I'm going to Scotland in 4 days. So,
Wait. You said the home. Oh, that's your home country. I'm Irish.
yeah,
That's-
well, my home country. This is I don't know, probably goes for $30. You can find this anywhere. That is what a lot consider the more smoky varietal of Johnnie Walker. So when you said wet campfire wood, that was spot on. Like
Nice.
I probably would have said that.
Yes.
There's a bit more of like a sweetness. Which one did you say cherry on? Evan Williams. Because that has a darker kind of like almost like a nuttiness
Yeah. Yep.
to it. translates into a bit of a dark cherry as well. But this was your favorite, man. You're a Scotch guy, blended Scotch. So I'll send you home with the Chivas Regal. You can have it.
Scotchy Scotch.
Here it goes down into my belly. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on what just transpired?
It makes sense because I've never been a fan of like that. I know Evan Williams is not Jack Daniels, but I've never been a fan of the Jack Daniels. So American whiskeys aren't my thing. I'm still pissed off that I have an orange liquor.
Yep, that's the old Protestant.
We didn't give you a green one.
That's true.
We only gave you an orange one.
That's true. But if you put a shot of Jameson in there, I would have been like, that's Jameson. Like,
You see, but I was thinking about it. I don't think you would have been able to take it. I think you would have been able. I think it would have been a bit more familiar, and you probably would have been able to give more specific notes because you've had it before.
Right.
I don't think you would have been able to pick out it's Jameson though. If you couldn't pick out that's an Irish whiskey, then I'm surprised you didn't say that was Jameson. You know, it doesn't have as much of a bite as Jameson, but 80 proof. You know, it's still there. This is actually. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. So same proof as Jameson, just 16 years old. So that means it's aging in a used bourbon cask, because that's what most Irish whiskey ages in, used bourbon casks for 16 years, and then it's poured into a bottle, filtered through water, cut with water, all that good stuff, but bottled after 16
Why do
years.
they cut it with water?
To bring down the proof point. To make it more accessible.
Take the friggin' water out.
Well, that means it's going to be cask strength, and not many people I don't think you would have liked that if it was cask strength. I think it would have been a bit too much.
Do they have that?
No, a lot of varietals don't do.
No, not Bushmills, but do they have something that's just straight out of the barrel?
Oh, you mean the 140 proof whiskey I have behind me?
Oh boy.
Yeah. No, they have plenty of barrel proofs. I have a whole row of Elijah.
That's
Craig
what barrel proof means.
Yeah, barrel proof, cask strength, full proof is kind of the same, but. We can get into whiskey terms on another show when you come back on. But
how about this? I have an 1880 total. So if I get over 19, I come back. I get 2000, I come back. Deal?
I mean, you can just come back on whenever. You don't have to hit those, but sure, yeah, okay.
Well, I hate you, so I don't really want to see them.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. Well, we're at an hour. I wanted to do about an hour of a record, so I think we're gonna end it here.
Wait. We got to... Real quick. Connor, let me ask you a question.
Sure thing.
Are you excited for Friday?
Yeah.
Are you excited for Halloween Ends?
Of course I am.
It's going to be awesome.
Of course I am.
That trailer is unreal. Like I told you, me and my mother watched every movie so far, even the third one when it was the killer masks.
Oh yeah,
the awful one.
So you watched all the OGs?
Oh
then
yeah.
You watched the John Carpenter ones and the new ones, or did you skip the John Carpenter ones? Like
you mean the Rob Zombie ones when the guy's
Rob Zombie.
The guy's a friggin' monster.
Yeah, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, no, I'm that's the only question I wanted to ask you. That's
okay. Yeah, of course I'm looking for it. We're watching it at your house, right? Friday night. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm all for it. I'm there. I love Halloween. One of my good buddies, one of my good whiskey buddies, his Instagram name is Whiskey Morgue. And what he does is he probably follows you. He follows Kale. He follows a lot of...
No, I mean, I've seen his name all over the place on your podcast and stuff like that.
He's a good friend of mine, and what he does is he pairs, like how you were just trying to take the notes, he pairs whiskey with horror movies or horror shows. Cool concept. Sick. He's cool. Tattoos. You guys would love him. He's Canadian. Cool. He's Canadian, which is kind of stupid. But,
hey, so guys, I mean, I know you send Connor stuff, so if you want to send him a 4XL shirt every once in a while, I will take it.
Yeah, I'll have you be like a...
I'll be a billboard. I'm a walking billboard.
I think maybe what we do is for the Bourbon Ball in July, I bring you on as security.
Wait, isn't that the football game from Waterboy? The Bourbon Ball?
No, it's not. No, it's the Bourbon Bowl.
Oh, Ball.
Yeah, this is the Bourbon Ball.
The Bourbon Ball.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The charity thing I did earlier this year. Is that? That's awesome. It is called the Bourbon Bowl. I never even thought about that. Maybe I bring you on as like security this year, and maybe you pay like half price or something. I think. General admission. It's tough to pull that.
Free.
I only get it for free.
All right, half price.
I think regular tickets are like $300.
Oh.
So yeah, I gave you half price for one. You work a little bit, but you also drink a little whiskey, and it'll be fun. I think we're gonna have I don't think I can say it. I'll tell you off air.
All right.
But that's going to do it, man. I want you to plug where you are, where people can find you. I know you have a few Instagrams. I posted your story today, and tell people what's happening coming up for you.
So you guys can follow me, Ryan Bolduck on Facebook. I post a bunch of stuff on there, but my lifting stuff in general is Ryan Bolduck 76 and Bolduck Wing, all lowercase. Also, that's our team lifting page. You can follow me on those two. That would be great.
Yeah.
Give me some love.
Yeah, I'll tag them below in the show notes. But Bolduck Wing's the team. Ryan Bolduck 76 is the personal Instagram. Appreciate you coming on. How do you think it went? Went all right?
This was awesome.
I'm honestly not too sure how I'm gonna get like the second half and to match it up with the first half when it went out. So it might just be audio only for the full podcast and then only the whiskey tasting for YouTube.
Okay.
So if that happens,
that's fine.
Don't get mad at me. I'll
That's fine.
try. But
dude, listen. The less time people can look at my ugly face,
it's a good
the
point.
better.
Well, people have to look at my ugly mug every single week because I post on YouTube. But yeah, man. So this is gonna be the last episode before I go to Scotland. I'm releasing this tomorrow, by the way. So
awesome.
October 13th. So I will be coming to you guys from Scotland next week via Instagram and all that stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do for an episode next week. Haven't even thought about that yet. Maybe I have a guest co-host.
I'll do it.
Maybe.
Can we have two hosts?
Maybe, yeah. If Kale can set it up and everything, I don't see why not. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us this week. Ryan, thank you for coming on. Whiskey with Kin, whatever number.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Episode
it.
98. And always remember, whiskey's the water of life. So let's start living.